Good morning, everybody. PJ here. I know it's been a while since I made a video, so I may be out of practice, so y'all just bear with me. And my voice is a little raspy. I have a little asthma this morning, so just ignore it, please, or just think my voice got a little deeper or something. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I work with when I do paper clay. Or do air dry clay, I should say. This is the brand I use. There's lots of brands. This is the one I like. I'm not big about changing around. This is what it looks like when it comes out of the package. Let's see. Comes in two different sizes. They have a great website, paperclay.com. Check it out. You can order straight from them. Or you can get it in hobby shops. This is what it looks like when you work it up. Got to keep it wet. Got to keep it closed up. I figured out using this little sponge, keeping it damp, keeps the clay damp. Kind of makes it humid in there. So that works really nice. And let's see. Oh, for, excuse me, for armatures, whatever that word means, a lot of people use aluminum foil, you know, or a paper sack or something like that mushed up and then covered up with like blue tape, painter's tape, something like that. I like styrofoam. This works really well for me. I carve it just like I used to carve wood with a carving knife, believe it or not. I'll show you one. I do a lot of carving with styrofoam with this thing. See what? It's very easy. Isn't it silly? But I can get the shape I want, and then I go back and sculpt with paper clay over the top of it. This was one that I decided it would change direction, so I just cut off the fish's head and did something else with it. But anyway, you can see that's not sanded, nothing. It's just straight paper clay. So I would need to take these bumps out or fill them with paper clay. No big problem. You always need a spritz bottle, cheapy. Oh, as far as the styrofoam, this is something I discovered. That low temp hot glue glues together pieces of styrofoam. Wonderful. It's got to be low temp. It can't be the high stuff, but I'm telling you, it works really good. And you can carve it with a knife or cut it with a saw too. This thing, this is just a pane of glass. It doesn't have this paint on it. That's on my nasty table. But I got one of these things that people use with, polymer clay. And it works great to roll out that paper clay. I never thought of that. So I'll spritz this, get barely damp, and then roll it out. And it just works wonderful. And then I can get it the thickness I want and pick it up, a flat piece, and just go around instead of taking little bitty pieces and having to spread them around. Works a lot faster for me. That's paper clay. That's done out of paper clay. Now that's solid. It doesn't have any kind of armature or insides to it. It's solid paper clay. Okay, a sponge, keeping this wet, just spritzing it with that bottle. You can use a sponge to smooth out wet paper clay. Works great. These little sponges you can find anywhere. This is some of my favorite tools. You get a package of these things and it has a zillion of them in it. And then, just a couple weeks ago, I got these. I am so happy with these. They work really well, and they work good on the styrofoam too. I'll watch this. Let me get my hand in the right position. You can dig out an eyeball just right quick. And I use the wooden balls. Some people use glass eyes. Right now I'm using wooden balls and getting the look I want. But then you put just a wooden ball right in there, or whatever you want, and hot glue it in there. Works great. Okay, let's see. Here's some more of them. Bigger ones, little ones, tiny ones. These are the first ones I bought. They were way too tiny for me. So let's see. This is a good thing to cut squares up. I love this thing. This spreads it really nice. Like if you get a lump, this thing will work wonderful. I really like it. You got to keep this wet, kind of, and dampen this. You learn. You just keep playing with it. You know, there's no exact science. It's what works for you. And don't tell me you can't do it. I don't want to hear that. You can too do it. Everybody can do it. You know, you just play with it. You work at it. This is one of my favorites. I really like this because I can spread clay really nice with it. And then I can go around an eye or a fin or something like that in the wet clay, and it works wonderful. Hold on a sec.